For a commute to send the kiddos out to the bus stop. Prepare yourself for a frosty start, especially in most of our outlying areas. This is a frost advisory that blankets most of the area except the heart of the I-95 corridor. And then, of course, as you stretch your way closer to Delaware, as you get that water influence based on that warm temperature, the deal here is that means that temperatures are closer to that freezing mark. Not a lot of you are there. There are a few of you sub-freezing, like Jim Thorpe at 31 degrees. Ephrata down to 36 degrees. It's 40 out the door in Reading. As you approach Philadelphia, sitting at 46. It's 41 in Trenton. Same thing in Kennett Square. And even Medford at this hour, as you pull your way closer to parts of interior South Jersey, we're down to 38 in Millville, 42 in Dennis Township, the breeze off of the bay. It's 51 in Cape May. Those temperatures will lift, but they're not going far today. In fact, already by about 8 a.m., we're still in the mid 40s, a few clouds as you hit the roads. By about mid-morning, only in the low 50s. Matt, it's going to be a chilly one. I think a lot of heated seats going to be turned on.
By the way, Peyton has a for the heavier jacket this morning.
And you know, I posted on Facebook not too long ago about today's high temperature, and people are actually saying that they like this, at least a handful of you, and that you actually say you have the fireplace going. So I think a lot of you are trying to switch off the AC, opting for heat, but I promise you that summer-like feel does return, especially as we head closer to the weekend. But we've got the coolest days so far setting up for today and tomorrow, as highs are expected only in the 50s, and a chilly breeze does persist, not as gusty as yesterday, but it's going to keep the leaves moving. And that's because we've got some dull stress leaves that are continuing to fall. You probably noticed they're not as vibrant in color. That's thanks to our lack of rainfall. And instability clouds, the thing here with the daytime heat that's put into place, we're going to have these really bubble up, especially by lunchtime, and then they're going to continue through the afternoon and evening. So out the door, temperatures in the 30s and 40s for many of you, and we do not hit that 50-degree range until we hit about mid-morning here. I think temperatures approaching the low 50s. By lunchtime, about 56 degrees, and our high today only at about 58 degrees. That is more November-like than October-like. I've got details on when temperatures return to more of a September-like feel. If you didn't already get the hint, we've got a lot of swings going forward, Tam and Matt.
Yeah, in October, mind you.
October,
don't forget the month too, right, Peyton? Thank you.
We use some rain, and through the extended forecast, we're not looking at that, but we are looking at a huge fluctuation in our temperatures yet again. Sunday's high was in the 80s, but we are talking as the next big thing is temperatures in the 50s today and tomorrow. That's the first of the fall season that we'll be dealing with. The call from AccuWeather today, 58 degrees. That is 10 degrees cooler than we should be for this time of the year. And by tomorrow, 56 degrees. It's the coolest of the extended forecast, but again, still noteworthy to point out that it is going to be cooler. And if you like a checklist, we've put this one together for you as a weather team. You'll want to find the jacket or the sweatshirt before you head out the door this morning. And we also have some bone dry air to deal with. So that means you're going to be reaching for the lotion, the chapstick a little bit more frequently. Don't bother raking as that breeze does continue. And even this morning, if you've gotten some of the pumpkins with the kids, the grandkids, they may have a little frost on them, especially through some of the outlying areas. And fix yourself an extra cup of coffee or tea this morning, something warm to help kind of face the temperatures that we're dealing with out the door. Satellite and radar is pretty quiet here locally. There are a few clouds around, but here's the thing, as we've got this breeze that's come through. The winds of change swept through yesterday as a cold front pivoted on through that ignited the Great Lakes as an upper level low disturbance is just to our northwest, and that continues to meander to the north. So it's out of our hair, but it has left us in this cooler wake. It's 37 right now in Chalfont, 38 I should say in Exton, 37 though in Tabernacle, and 46 degrees in Philadelphia. It is sub-freezing up in the Poconos, Lake Harmony at 30 at this hour. By about 8 a.m., 46 degrees. We only build into the upper 50s today, feeling more like November. And the clouds are definitely going to increase. As soon as we hit lunchtime and beyond, you'll notice that through the overnight, we'll start to clear some of that out, but I think we end up partly cloudy. So the call from AccuWeather overnight, 44 for Philadelphia, and I think we'll have another round of frost advisories issued, and that's because the outlying area is falling closer to that mid-30 range from Allentown to Lancaster all the way out to Pomona as well, too. So it will be cooler, and tomorrow, as I mentioned, 56 degrees is your high temperature. We stay breezy, but we start to rebound as this ridging pattern sets up, and that brings in a huge warm-up by Friday as highs approach 70 70 degrees. We've got homecoming here in town for Temple this weekend. The game looks fantastic with a high at 73 degrees. By Sunday, 75. And by next week, you won't even remember today and tomorrow because your high, 77 degrees, Matt Pellman. We're going to blink and it's going to change before we know it.
Yeah, right back. You should be happy because the cold weather people get that today.
Yes.
Wait a few days and things change.
There's a little something for everyone in the extended forecast. And you know what? I hope the music is blaring in the car this morning. Get you moving and grooving, warms you up because the temperature's out the door. Not quite so on the warm side this morning. It's 37 degrees in Tabernacle, 38 out the door in Millville, 37 in Chalfonten, sub-freezing right now up in the Poconos. Lake Harmony coming in at 30 degrees. It's 46 out the door for Philadelphia. We're holding on to the low 40s to mid 40 range up and down the I-95 corridor. Most of the outlying areas have seen those temperatures tumble very quickly through the overnight. In fact, we're about 20 to 30 degrees cooler than this time yesterday. Frost advisories posted. This goes until 9 a.m. and I think we'll have another issuance of these advisories through the overnight tonight. That's because temperatures may dip even a few degrees further as we approach 8 a.m., 46 degrees. We'll have some patchy clouds to start the day, and I think we take on more of that presence through the afternoon, approaching about 56 by lunchtime here. And the big takeaway of today, it's about to be our first 50-degree day since mid-May, and we don't just do it today. We've got another one lined up for the day tomorrow, and that puts us in that category of feeling more like November than October. The call from AccuWeather today, 58 degrees. And if you're counting down to a few things, we're just about 2 weeks away from Halloween, 44 days until Thanksgiving, and Christmas, it's 71 days away. No pressure at all. But here's the thing. I'm counting down to a milder feel.
Okay.
That's in the extended forecast. I've got those details in just a few.
I'm counting down to the turkey. You put the turkey up there, I'm ready for it.
I'm counting down to the gifts.
Sign me up. Good morning, Peyton. Hello, everybody. We're out here along the Vine